Last night when we got home, we watched Oppenheimer, just to give us a little bit of context of everything that we're going to be seeing today.
And we've already seen it, but I technically didn't because I fell asleep. It was just a bad time that I watched it, and I missed almost all of it, so I was down to watch it again last night. So now we're ready.
Today we're heading off to Los Alamos.
Planetary scientist at Los Alamos National Laboratory. But right now, I'm not at the lab.
Time for movie number 2.
German scientists realized that the nuclei of radioactive isotopes development of a weapon that would allow Germany to win the war. The stakes during World War II were high.
This place is extremely overwhelming.
There's a lot to read, a lot of information.
Yeah, and it's way over our heads. But it's cool. And if you got kids, there's a lot of things to play with.
A lot of interactive things.
Yeah. We're going to continue on and see if we can understand any of this. Okay, we just got done at the Science Center, and now we're going to the Visitor Center here at Los Alamos, and it's also the
YMCA?
Yeah, YMCA. But I was gonna say it's the National Historic Park as well, so it's like a paying homage to what really built Los Alamos, I guess.
But I never saw a national park that was also a YMCA. That's cool.
Yeah, interesting. right behind us right here is the Fuller House. So if you've seen the movie Oppenheimer, this is where he's making his big speeches, where the Christmas party was at. You know, when people are like stomping their feet, that was all taking place right here at the Fuller House. What does that say?
Known to make a mean martini.
Okay, we just got done at the Los Alamos History Museum. It's $5 per person, which will also get you access to the Burt House, which actually has a Nobel Prize, and we're heading over there next. But what you get is you get a little pin like this with a little Oppenheimer, so it lets them know that you paid the admission.
And you're free to walk the grounds. There's the Pueblo Asia sites. There's another building here. So we're about halfway through.
Yeah, the History Museum, it's very small. If you've already watched Oppenheimer, if you've gone to the Science Museum, it's just kind of repetitive. But what's really cool is that you get access to this house. And this is all in the same area where basically the lab was, the housing was, all of that. So I guess it's worth the $5 just to
Plus
check
you
it out.
get to see Oppenheimer's home. Right now it's being renovated, but normally you get to go inside so we can look in the windows and stuff, and that's exactly where they filmed too.
Yeah. Bethe was such a great scientist that he even had a microwave inside of his kitchen. Wow. This is counting the number of nuclear explosions from 1945 to 1998 with the different countries doing it. So it's taking the year and then the number of nuclear explosions that are launched. breaking and entering.
Mm-hmm. Looking for a way in.
Ashley's on a mission to find out where Kitty had to bring in the sheets. And Oppenheimer said, taking the sheets, because the test went fantastically.
I think it was somewhere around here. Come here. Look, Oppie's home.
Hey Oppie. Nice to meet you. Okay, so we parked over at the visitor center, and they were telling us that we just had to go over to the history museum and just check out the grounds here.
And do the walking tour.
Yeah, so we did the history museum, which was $5 per person, and what that gets you is 3 different rooms talking about the history of Los Alamos, and then you get to get into the Bethe house.
Also, you get to see Oppenheimer's home.
Which is literally right behind us.
So it's closed right now because they're refinishing it. They used it for filming, so it's a little disheveled. So you can't go in right now, but you can look in the windows, they said. It's pretty cool.
And this is the actual filming site for Oppenheimer. So they filmed inside and outside of this house. So we've been searching for where the sheets were that Kitty had to bring in. So we did 2 different museums today. We started off at the Science Museum, which is provided by the National Laboratory, which is here in Los Alamos.
It's jam-packed with information.
It's a lot.
Anything you need to know is there. So when you get to this museum,
which is the History Museum, it's $5 per person.
we already knew everything. So we weren't going to pay it, we weren't going to do it until we learned that you get access to a couple different places. So it was pretty cool.
And not just that, you get to see a Nobel Prize inside of the Bethe house, which is pretty neat to see. I've never seen a Nobel Prize before, but they have it on display right there. So in all, I'd say it's worth it. So back behind us is the Visitor Center, and then the National Historic Visitor Center, basically just talking about this entire area. Over here is Ashley Pond. And you wouldn't know it because it's turned into an entire park, but this was actually the entire grounds for the labs where they were testing out everything that they were trying to figure out. So all the buildings were here. They were coming up with the ideas of the atom bomb. They were creating everything in here. It was all right here on this property, but that's all gone now. So we finished our day off at Bathtub Row Brewing. The reason why they call it Bathtub Row Brewing is because the houses that were in the area right here were the only ones that had bathtubs, and it was a big joke. So we're finishing off here, and then we realized that this is actually a harvest host, so figured, hey, why not just stay right here? But the best part is that this is literally right across the street from Oppenheimer's house.
And that's where they filmed the shots in the house, in the actual house. His actual house is right there. We can see it.
Here, take a look. This is us. That is Oppenheimer's house, not the truck. Literally right across the street.